What's happening right now to the New York Yankees is absolutely unbelievable, and it's making me extremely frustrated. So now it's time for a Yankee rant video. Let's get into it. So let's be clear. Let me start by saying that I do believe in this New York Yankees roster. I believe that this team has the ability to win the World Series and has an opportunity in their hands, in the palm of their hands right now, to be able to make that happen. But that being said, the way that the New York Yankees have played for the last several weeks is absolutely unbelievable. Beyond that, even more so than anything you can believe, it is annoying and frustrating to watch. To watch this team play the type of brand of baseball that they're playing over the last several weeks makes you want to pull your hair out. And this is the type of team that especially you saw the run that they got off to. We were witnessing arguably one of the best starts to a Major League Baseball season. This team at the beginning of the season was being compared to the 1927 Murderers Row, to the 1998 Dynasty. That's the type of run that this team was on. Now, were we expecting that this team was going to be able to run that type of 700 winning percentage all season long? No. But at the same point in time, there's no question that this run that they're on now, the losing that they're doing, being one of the worst teams in the last several weeks, ever since the All-Star break in my opinion, in all of Major League Baseball, is the complete opposite of what we thought this team were. There's no doubt this team was going to come back to some sort of average, some sort of level of reality, because they were playing such an extreme brand of amazing baseball to start the year that there was no way they were going to be able to compete at that level all season long. But to see what we've seen from this team in the month of August has been absolutely disgraceful. Now, I will say it clear to the top of my lungs for as long as I live. I believe and love the New York Yankees. And there's no doubt in my mind that until mathematically eliminated, they will always have a chance. Playing the way that they have makes it very difficult to say those things. But it does not diminish my belief in them. I think that for New York, they've been playing like a team that has a huge lead in the division and almost have taken a lackluster approach. Their at-bats have seemed flat. The field has seemed like they're playing flat-footed. This is a team that has to get back. They have to get back to being aggressive and smart. More so than anything, they have to play with that high level of baseball IQ that we would see them have at the beginning of the year. Were the rest of the team outside of Aaron Judge having career-type years, outside of Judge and Trevino having career-type years? No, absolutely not. Anthony Rizzo has not had the greatest average, but he was producing with runs and RBIs and home runs. Josh Donaldson was coming up with clutch defensive plays. Gleyber Torres was getting back to what we saw as the Oriole killer several years ago. But what we're seeing now is guys that are trying to hit home runs, 5-run home runs with no one on base. This team cannot continue to find themselves losing to the teams in their division, let alone the weaker teams that we've seen them lose games to, and still believe that they're going to be able to not only hold on to the division, but be able to have some sort of home field advantage. They've now dropped in terms of best record in the American League and are now behind the Astros in that regard. I think that when we get serious about this team, the Astros have been that Achilles heel. The Astros have been that problem child. There's no doubt about it. The Yankees, in my opinion, will be able to go head-to-head with the Houston Astros, and likely will have to in order to make it to the World Series as the American League representative. But if the Yankees don't get themselves back on track, get themselves back going in the right direction, they're going to find themselves in Houston for the majority of their games in the American League Championship Series. Now, yes, am I projecting forward by a lot right now with the way that this team is playing? Sure. But again, I believe in the New York Yankees. I believe that the changes that this team made in the offseason were going to leave them as the division winner. In my offseason prediction over the rankings in the American League East, I made the Yankees my number one pick. And I believed in that, and I still do. I got ridiculed and questioned for it by many fans from many other teams in the division. But when you look at the way this team has played, at least to start the year, it was making that prediction very, very clear. Right now, this team looks like the team that they expected to end fourth in the division. The Yankees are going to have to get themselves righted. They're going to have to get themselves back to playing that brand of baseball that they had at the beginning of the year. Are they going to continue winning 700% of their games? No. I don't need the Yankees to win 700%. But winning 55 to 60% is going to be an absolute must to get themselves back to within an opportunity to be the top seed in the postseason rankings and have home field advantage over the Astros in the American League Championship Series. Now, I know that there's a lot to take in when you're dealing with this team right now as Yankee fans. There's a lot to question and be frustrated and angry about, but I think there's still an opportunity to find good things about this lineup. Everyone has been struggling, including Aaron Judge, who is my pick for the MVP in the American League. But looking at this team objectively, there are a few things that they can start to do better day in and day out, and one of them is going to start with the pitching. I think that when the Yankees were pitching at their best, that's when they were playing at their best. Yes, our bullpen is hurt. We've lost Chad Green and Michael King for the year. Clay Holmes couldn't hit the broadside of a barn door in order to find the strike zone over the last coming weeks since the All-Star game. And now he's on the IL. I think that with some separated time away, I think Clay Holmes can get back to being that elite dominant closer that we would see him be in the first half. Aroldis Chapman is what he is. This is a questionable player who you don't really want near the end of the game at this point in his career. The simple fact is that the Yankees need Clay Holmes to come back and be healthy and be ready to go for a postseason run. For New York, they have all the makings of what they need. Scott Efros, Ron Marinaccio, Clark Schmidt, Jonathan Loaizaga, Wandy Peralta, Clay Holmes, a healthy and productive Clay Holmes are all you need in that Yankee bullpen come postseason time. The Yankees took a big risk in trading away Jordan Montgomery, and while that seems like a bad move right now, when Harrison Bader comes in and makes incredible diving catches to save the Yankees' runs in the postseason, it's going to all be worth it. I genuinely believe that the moves that the Yankees have made throughout the course of this year, Frankie Montas, Scott Efros, Harrison Bader, not to mention what we did in the offseason with Josh Donaldson, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, bringing these guys in was really going to help. Having the New York Yankees pick up Frankie Montas at the deadline was absolutely huge. I think that getting Luis Severino back and healthy in this rotation is really going to push the New York Yankees back to where they need to be for a postseason run. This is going to be a team that absolutely will have its ups and downs for the rest of the season. But right now, the Yankees need to take a breath, look to the people to their left and to their right in that clubhouse, and know that they absolutely 1000% have the team that they need to be able to win the World Series. So it's time to clean up the act, time to slow down the game, and start pitching better, playing better defense, running the bases intelligently, and being able to put together good, solid at-bats. The mantra from the hitting coaches going into this season was hit strikes hard. It's time to start doing that. But I want to hear from you, Yankee fans. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings down in the comment section below. Find me over on Twitter at JLaracuente19 and we can keep the conversation rolling. Keep it locked into the entire JLMG family with Wee Sibs, the Granny Geek Show, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast by hitting that red subscribe button. And for sticking around to this point, head over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com. Use the promo code Yankees to save 10% off your order. Keep it locked in all season as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions, and Yankee rants for the rest of the year. Keep it locked in. Let's catch you guys on the next video. Peace.